Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Clay from Clay's Collections, and we are back with our second Goodwill Bins Haul of the year. It's actually Friday. I had taken the day off because we were actually supposed to travel today, and we canceled our plans because I hadn't been feeling well. So we were in town, and I was like, well, how about coming to the bins? I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit. There we go. So we went to the bins when they opened, which I haven't been there when they opened in ages. So it was a lot of fun, and found some fun finds. You never know with the bins. But yeah, it was much quieter today than the previous times we've been there. It's usually really busy, so it was kind of nice to be there when it's not crazy busy. But the book people were there in force today. There were a lot of book people. But again, they were looking for modern stuff, so we didn't fight over books because they look for different stuff than me. So anyway, let's just get right into this haul. I found a flocked deer, but I've never seen one with antlers. He's actually a larger deer. He's got 2 holes on the bottom, so I think he may have originally been part of another set. But yeah, flocked deer do great at the antique store every winter. So I always sell every one that I bring in. So they're popular items. So I always pick them up when I see them. And then we found a little Ziploc baggie of cookie cutters. There's an apple. There's a ghost, which is always fun for Halloween. But then there were these 2, which are, I thought they were elves. And then I realized they're stamped on the side. And I don't usually see cookie cutters that are stamped, and these say are Gastromax cookie cutters, and they're made in Sweden. Who knew? So I thought that was pretty fun. I have no idea what they're worth, but probably a few more than what regular cookie cutters are. So excuse me, it's part of what I haven't been feeling well is this cough, so hopefully you'll bear with me. I know in our area there's tons of stuff going around. Everybody's coming down with something, it seems like. So fortunately mine's not been too bad, but all right. So I found some books, found some scarves. I was super excited. Look at this. It's a Christmas scarf with the trees. I thought that was awesome. What I'm trying to do is plan so I have a lot more Christmas merchandise this year than I had. I had very little last year. I don't know what happened that I didn't have much. So this year I'm trying to pick up more as I find it. So I also found, look at this gorgeous little Santa tin. It's tapered with the handle, little bucket style. It's marked Santa on the bottom. I just thought it was adorable. So that's added, and then I saw this Christmas tin. Again, they're nice size, they're small, they don't take up a lot of room, and you can use them and stack other things on top of them. That's the other thing I like about them. Try to save shelf space. And then I also picked up these 2 crucifixes. This one is made in Israel and has the hanger on it. This one, we don't know about it. And it's missing the little wire hanger there, but that's easily added onto them. But I know artwork, religious artwork is becoming more and more popular. I'm trying to add more to my artwork that I sell down at the Pink Elephant. So I picked those up. For some books, this is an old novel. Where's my glasses? Miss Mole by Young. I really never heard of it. It's not in the best of shape, but I like the color. So grabbed that book. And at our bins, books are 69 cents an inch. Right? So yeah, here's the receipt. Okay. So it was 10 inches. And so we paid $6.90 for 10 inches of books. For housewares, which are all the hard goods, $7.26 we paid. And then they gave me this for $3, this vintage playhouse home. And this thing is in excellent condition. I was really surprised. And it does have, where is it? Oh, there it is. It has a table and chair inside. But So for $3, that was definitely a good deal. We sell a lot of the vintage Little People's stuff, but usually I don't find them in this good a shape. But the chimney, yeah. Anyway, yeah, and then clothing, which includes the scarves. And we pick up stuff for the backpacks like gloves, hats, stuff like that, which we picked up today. Here's another scarf. Look at the doggies. This is a doggy scarf. Has different breeds of dogs on it, which I thought was pretty fun. And then this, which is kind of a lace scarf, multicolored lace scarf. This green scarf, I keep selling a lot of scarves. I always track everything that I sell at the Pink Elephant. And then I do a year-end summary to know what's selling, what I sell the most of, what I make the most profit on, those types of things. So I sold 48 scarves last year, which may not initially seem like a lot, but that's a lot of scarves, 48. That's 4 per month. So I'm happy with that. Then I also found this one. This one is new with tags. Still has tags on it. Additional green price off below price. So this was $16.94 originally. It's Kelly and Katie. So yeah, I'm not overly picky on what I have because I sell everything. And the Pink Elephant clothing is one of our best sellers overall, particularly if it's vintage. And then this book, The Pooh Bedside Reader. Winnie the Pooh is always a good subject matter for books. Found that one. I found a couple golden books. These are newer. Trolls. I'll have to get that little sticker off. And then Let's Fly a Kite, Charlie Brown. This one actually is a little older one, but it's 1987. But I always make sure they're not, it doesn't have anybody's name in the front. Oh, and then this one, Tigger Comes to the Forest. This is a newer publication, even though it has the classic Pooh on there. All-Star Pups. People are always looking for golden books. Then I picked up this one, Illustrated Classics. This is the small series. This one is Kidnapped. Interesting thing about Kidnapped. I found it in like a 1900 version. And so I started reading it. Well, on older books, yeah, this is a good example, this one. Many times the pages are not cut clean. And because they do what they call signatures. So they take a big sheet of paper, fold it all up to make the individual pages in the book, and then today we chop them off. But they didn't always do that in the past. So I started reading it, and the vast majority of the pages were not separated. They would slice them open. Were not separated. So I really only read like half the book. But I didn't want to split the pages because that's a unique feature of the books that they didn't cut that particular one. So I only read like half the book, but it was more than enough to get me the feeling of the story. All right, Mary Maxwell. This one was interesting. I wasn't exactly sure what it was, but I just kind of liked the cover. Thank you for reaching out to me and helping me across the way. Well, that's what life's about anyway. Oh, cool. Oh, it's a religious book from December 27th, 1979. Thank you, Lord, for this day. So it's like a daily devotional book. Oh, that's kind of fun. All right, and then The Merchant of Venice, classic book. It's got a nice aged look to it, so that one I bought more for decorative value. Another golden book. This one, Grow Deep, Not Just Tall. This is another signed edition. She signed it in 1991. It does have a huge stain on the front, but those go into my personal collection. And then there's this one, Betsy Tacy in Deep Valley, People and Places. It's a signed copy. It's even got the sticker on it. That was great, and there it is. So, 2 more books for my little signed collection. Another golden book, Mickey's Christmas Carol, always a favorite. And then we opened up this vintage suitcase because I could tell it was heavy. I don't know if nobody else had opened it yet or they opened it and closed it, but usually when they open a suitcase, they don't take the time to close it. They just dump everything out. But this was still sealed, and in it was a bunch of wooden blocks. Well, as we looked at the wooden blocks, we found a little wooden refrigerator for a dollhouse. So I picked that up. Toilet. This one's a plastic toilet with a wood back. And a wooden TV. Love that. So, and again, these I sell for $1, $2. But all those little $1 and $2 add up over time. And they cost hardly anything because they don't weigh much at all. All right, I got some more books. The Flight Guide, Airport and Frequency Manual. This is volume 2. So there's 2 volumes of this. These sell for like $25 each. And this one is the 1986 copyright date. They revise these quite frequently. And now this one was updated in 1994. So yeah. So those are good little items to have. Picked up a couple cookbooks. Betty Crocker cookbooks are always popular. That's the Chinese. Dinner's in a Dish. Then I picked up an Upton Sinclair book, The Jungle. Again, this is just, I like to keep major authors on the shelves in case somebody is looking for something. There's a historical book on railroads. Railroads, another great collectible topic. That's the Pennsylvania Railroad. This is an older one too. 1947. Oh, and then, I guess this is the last thing I have. Went fast in my little video here today. And then I'll give a little recap on my year and how it all went. Tiddlywinks. Look at that vintage box. Isn't that awesome? And it's got all of the stuff inside. It's got the game pieces are in there. It's really kind of fun. I was like, sweet, we will definitely take that. Somebody took good care of that over the years. I mean, it does have some wear on the box, but it's not like taped up and, you know, smashed like most of them get over time with kids. So anyway, total recap on my year-end sales for 2024. Total sales were $9,800 some dollars, so almost $10,000. Out of that, majority of the total, and there's different ways to look at it, right? You can look at total dollar amount that you sold. What was the highest profit margin? What was the most items? Most items was definitely books. I sold 417 books at the antique store last year, which is an average of, how much? Almost 40 bucks a month, 40 books a month. That's a book a day. So to me, that's a good average. Now I want to do, that's better than I did in 2023. So we're slowly increasing the amount of items that we want. So I want to do even more, 450 this year, 500, that'd be awesome. So we'll be working and trying to figure out how we can market things to try to get it up to that level. But my biggest profit margins are artwork. Artwork does really well as far as profit margins. I don't sell as much, but I have a much better profit margin. Surprisingly, my little perfume bottle collection that I bought last year, I think it was the beginning of 2024, got like 160 some bottles of the little miniature perfume bottles. I sold 60 of those last year and made a large amount of money off of those. I can't even remember off the top of my head. So that was a great buy. Then I also, glassware. Glassware is kind of a collect-all for me, so anything that's made of glass. So, and it's not directly kitchen related. So in other words, if it's drinking glasses, if it's coffee mugs, those are under kitchen. But if it's decorative glassware or, you know, what am I trying to say? Oh, anyway, artisan made glassware, you know, hand blown decorative pieces, vases, that kind of stuff. Then I throw it under glassware. That was another big profit margin. Big as in, you know, I would make, I think my average is like $16 a piece profit per piece. Whereas books, I'm at $7 a book profit. So I sell many more books, but at a lower profit. So that's kind of, you know, I have to kind of look at that. So if you're in business, that's what you kind of have to do. You have to look at all your pluses and minuses and figure all that out. So that's just a brief recap. Hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, and we sold over 1,000 items last year. So that's not bad. That's close to 100 items a month, which is a lot. Anyway, Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll catch you next time.